Hey everybody, got a different one today. Got a UV light source, Rembrandt Sapphire. I guess dentists use these the most for curing, that stuff they put in your teeth for rebuilding teeth and whatnot. UV curing adhesive. This one, supposedly the front panel's not working. It was sent up to me with everything. Here's the actual UV control. I think the UV source is in here, and then that's a fiber, and then there's the emitter. I don't know what the technical name is, but that's how you control it. That button probably does something. I didn't look the manual up yet. I'll do that once I can actually get the thing running, but they said this is dead, so I'm going to put the camera down a second. I'll plug it in and let's see what happens. Alright, so let's see. Nothing. What's weird is before I started the camera up, I actually had the display pop up for a second. Let it sit for a moment. I think this probably has some capacitor problems, if I had to guess, because like I said, before I actually started the camera back up, I plugged it in and the power switch was on, and I had 4 numbers across there, and I thought, oh, that's weird. Maybe somebody didn't have the power switch on. That guy. So I turned it off and started the camera up and plugged it back in, expecting it to come back up, and it didn't. Interesting. So let's see, let's try that again. I figure I'd let it charge down a little. Let's see. Nothing. Alright, so that means we got to open it up. There's something either intermittent, that switch, or something else. Put this out of the way. And it's pretty straightforward to get into. There's some screws on the bottom inside here, and then I'm pretty sure this is the light source. Yep. Set that over here. Lamp presence switch, which has been shimmed. Interesting. Well, if I see things like this and things like this, it makes me very suspicious. I don't know if that's factory or not. Nothing. Alright. Well, that's good. I was really worried that switch wasn't being activated. Alright, I got those screws out on the bottom to hold the feet in. So now, this should come off. Let's see if I can do this one-handed, and I can't. Alright, hang on. And there we go, I got the top off. It's got a Post-it in it. We'll save that. And actually, I'm going to put gloves on real quick. This has some, I don't know. And I don't want to take a chance. So let me throw some gloves on. And there we go. Some nitrile gloves. So let's look inside here. Move that out of the way. Let's see, power comes in. Fuse, switch. Got low voltage. Yep, can't see on that side. It's all through this side. And then there is a low voltage and high voltage power supply because there's some sort of driver for this lamp. This is a pretty high powered lamp. Slide you out. It's probably 1,000 watt, I'm guessing. It's I don't know what kind of bulb that is. Interesting. So let's set that. Actually, I'm going to set it face down so I don't get any dust in there. There's the power connections. There's the door switch. I'm going to check the simple stuff first. Just do an ohm meter on the door switch. Huh. That ground lead was off. That's not awful, but it's a little unnerving. Let's see what else we got here. Anything I need to be... I'm just looking for things that I have to be aware of that might be damaged during disassembly. And I don't see anything. There's the output with filter for the UV. Can't wait till I get a new camera. I love the S8, but moving up close, it goes out of focus. See, I can't get that to focus. Oh well. Anyway, let's get the meter and see what we got. Alright, so I did a continuity test of the input to here to make sure that little switch and the fuse and all was okay, and I also checked the door switch and that checked out okay. So that tells me that power's getting in, and the power supply is going to be my next possible culprit. I'm going to leave the front panel on for now because I'm starting to think it's something in here getting to here. Gotta just work my way forward. This is interesting. The door switch is this wire here. It runs to here and then cuts into the front panel. That must mean there is some sort of switch down in here. So I'm going to partially reassemble this and plug the head in. I wonder if that switch might be the problem. Alright, partially reassembled. Let's see, I got the wires plugged back in. Huh. That's weird. That's working. Yeah, that's seems to be fine. I have no idea what I'm doing here by hitting these, but that front panel's working. Alright, let me pull the manual for this thing and just make sure I'm not missing something, because this is weird. There we go. Yeah, so something's intermittent up here. So I'm going to pull this out and get in there. There's 120 volts coming in, and I think there's a little power brick inside there. So let me get this panel off. There's the front off. It's a simple setup. They've got a Astrodyne power brick driving a microcontroller. It's an old one. Then NEPROM doing the whole stuff on the front, and then these wires drive the high voltage. That's safety sense wire, thermal cutout. And I guess these are for the interface to the handheld thing. But what I'm finding, let's see if I can do this. Put you here. I think the power brick's bad. Alright, so nothing. The power off. The power's on. $115. So that means I should have 5 at 1 amp on the output. Nada. Nothing. See if I'm even getting AC maybe. Probably not. Nah. So this is probably the problem. This guy right here. I'm going to find a different 5 volt, 120 to 5 volt adapter, and I'll just hardwire it in and see if it brings the panel back up. I'm also going to